Hello, my name is Craig Chamberlain, and you're watching the PCM Tech Help Show. That's right, the PCM Tech Help Show, where we do news, reviews, and all kinds of fun things here at the show. I don't have any kind of fancy intro for this show, but hey, other than the one you just watched, which my video guy, he's way ahead of my curve, that is. We're going to be doing a review of the iPad with Retina Display today because I purchased one recently, and I decided to go with this over the MacBook Air for my mobile usage. And to be honest with you, I've been really happy with it so far. I had an iPad 2 for an extended period of time, but now with the iPad 3, I've got a lot more options as far as performance is concerned and bandwidth. As you guys may or may not know, the iPad with Retina Display does include 4G LTE, and the bandwidth is substantially better on this network than your traditional 4G or 3G network. We're talking 4 to 8 times faster at minimum. I actually get almost the equivalent speeds on this sucker with 4G LTE as I do on my local Comcast internet signal on a busy day. So that's pretty substantial as far as bandwidth is concerned. Now, one of the things you'll notice, of course, is the Retina Display. The Retina Display is essentially a high enough resolution on your device that will basically make it so you can't see anything better. So what they did is they decided to put a resolution on this device large enough that as large as the human eye can see at this size of a device. And so the Retina Display is essentially a display that makes it so you get the best possible visual experience, despite the fact that you could go higher or lower, because the human eye can only see so much. It's basically the peak of display technology. Now, the only thing about it not being the ultimate technology is, of course, OLED gives you true organic blacks and whites, so the contrast ratio isn't going to be the true organic LED contrast ratio, but the picture is quite substantial. If I go into, for example, my photos here, and I pull up a photo, this one would be of my daughter that I pulled up, and this actually isn't even a high-resolution photo, but you can see that the resolution on the photos are quite substantial. Another major improvement from the two I've noticed is that the actual camera itself is much better, but it's still a camera on an iPad, so you can't really have very high expectations for it, but it's still a very nice built-in camera. I don't even talk megapixels on cameras anymore because I like to actually take a look at what we're looking at more than anything else, because pixels mean nothing with these types of devices. It has everything to do with the lens, so you get a very good visual experience on the actual camera app on this as well. Definitely a better experience from the iPad 2. Performance-wise, it's very fluid, very fast. Haven't had any problems as far as stability is concerned. No app crashes, anything yet. Most of all, the battery life has gotten substantially better in my opinion, which I wouldn't expect because it's actually 4G LTE. Now, I don't know what they did in the, I don't think it's in the OS, I think it's in the hardware that allowed you to get better battery life, but this one does run hotter than its predecessor, but the battery life is always dependent on the screen brightness. Now, you can change the screen brightness quite easily by pressing this button twice, your home button, and going to the left, and you can actually go up and down and then change your brightness at will. Of course, I always keep mine at the brightest unless I'm going to be using it for a long time on the road. Now, the battery is built in, which is a disadvantage for Apple products. They're all built in. I kind of wish that there was a way on tablets, any tablets, to swap out the battery, but there's really not. They haven't really come up with a good way to do that yet, I don't think. You have your silence and audio button right here on the side, as well as your volume buttons. Everybody likes those. And of course, you have the new Lightning connector, which I've actually become a fan of. I didn't like the old connectors to begin with. It does suck that they didn't include a converter in this package. I think they should have included a converter. Apple, as much as you're paying for the product, they should have considered including a converter to the old adapter to the new adapter into all of their newer products. So I was kind of disappointed that Apple decided to take that route. It's like it's a money grab. You know, that's the way I feel about that. Overall, the specifications, this is a 16 gigabyte model. For those of you who are looking to buy a iDevice, this one's $630. It's the Wi-Fi and 3G version. You can get the other one cheaper, that's just Wi-Fi only. I think it's around $530. I think it's about $100 less. And of course the iPad minis are out as well. I strongly encourage you to go get your hands on one of those because it was very tempting for me to get one of those instead, because that one had the ticket price of $430, also had the Retina, and the screen is smaller, but it has a better frame. The frame is a lot thinner, so there's a lot more screen real estate compared to the chassis of the system. I don't doubt that the next iPad will in fact have a chassis screen going all the way out to the external chassis. I'm sure that's going to be something you see in the next iPad they decide to release. But all in all, I give this iPad an astounding, really 9 out of 10 as far as stability, app comfort, features, and usability are concerned. I can put this thing in standby for almost an entire day and barely lose 1% of battery life. Very few products are capable of doing something like that. Now, if I do decide I'm going to have apps doing notifications and things in the background, that will affect my battery life, but overall it's not that noticeable. The transition from iPad 2 to iPad 3 is very seamless. You can go actually and back up your entire device to the iCloud, and then when you purchase this one you can actually log right into your iCloud and then recover all of your apps that you've purchased and everything right to this device. So that transition is pretty seamless, and if you had any kind of email and all that, it's just a matter of reconfiguring it. Very straightforward process now on the iDevices. You don't have to know a lot of lingo as far as geekiness is concerned. So I mean, overall, Apple's done a fantastic job in the tablet market. The Samsung Galaxies and all that have been out have also been really great products. Android devices are still really solid for the tablet market. I think they have some catching up to do on stability and performance, but that's because they're really kind of gaining. They're still 2 years behind in the market, but the advantage they have is that they spread out their OS to multiple device manufacturers who are competing with each other, so they tend to actually adapt a lot more rapidly to the market adjustments than a company like Apple does. So that's pretty much all there is to this video. I can't really think of anything else to cover. The audio is incredible. As you know, I have a Bluetooth headset. I strongly recommend picking up one of these bad boys if you like to listen to audio on these. This is that Bose Series 2 Bluetooth. It's expensive, $150, but you get full stereo quality audio out of this. So I can actually watch my movies and videos on here and get a full experience that is quite astounding. Actually, I'll show you an example of the Retina Display in 1080p. If I pull up one of my videos I just did, and I go back, I'm going to go to one of my videos because I want to make sure this video I actually filmed in full HD so that we can actually watch an HD equivalent. Hello, this is Craig Chamberlain with the PCM Tech Help Show. This one's actually not streaming in HD. Hang on. Broadcast episode 36 where we talked about hiring a... Yeah, unfortunately, it won't actually play it in HD. Actually, I should probably know how to configure this. I don't even know how to configure this to run it in HD. So, thanks for staying tuned for that last 5 minutes of nothing. But the picture is substantially better. I should probably actually stick to a video that's right here on the platform. So, as always, thanks for stopping by. This is the PCM Tech Help Show. Make sure you tune in every Monday through Thursday where we broadcast live, talking everything tech, anything related to news, anything in your reviews, any Q&A. You guys get to actually ask your own questions. Also, make sure you join my community, the best community on the internet. You can see them at pcmtechhelp.com/community. It is a Google Plus community, so we share all kinds of content, information, and we're more than happy to help you out with any questions and concerns you might have. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video.